Hello everyone. I have completed a fourth task for graduated rotational internship program for March 2020 batch in the domain of data science and business analytics at the Spark Foundation. I am very thankful to the Spark Foundation for providing me this opportunity. So the task which is given is we have a global terrorism data and which we have to perform exploratory data analysis. And objective of this task is to, as a security or defense analyst, try to find out the hot zones of the terrorism and what all security issue and insights you can derive by exploratory data analysis. And the level of the task is intermediate, and you can download dataset using this link. Hereafter, I successfully import all the required libraries for the analysis. I import pandas, numpy, matplotlib, also plotly, seaborn for the exploratory data analysis. Hereafter, I have successfully imported my dataset. Feature engineering steps like check the names of all columns and select out all the important columns which are needed in analysis. We can see that data.shape gives 1,81,691 rows and 135 columns, huge number of data. And after that, and this lines of code retrieves all the column names from the data. We can see that there are 135 column names. After that, rename the columns, not all columns, the important columns. And after that, I created one new column, casualty, on the basis of value of killed feature and wound feature. After that, filtering out the important data in which dataset those I am using further processing. Okay. Hereafter, data.shape look like 23 columns. Hereafter, I check any missing value in our data or not. You can see that in state column there are 421 records are missing, and prof value huge number of records are missing. We can input them using imputation technique, or we can remove them. And data.describe gives 5 number summary, and data.describe from these 4 lines of code we retrieve some conclusions such as data consists of terrorist activity ranging from 1970 to 2017. There are 47 years of span. Maximum number of people killed in an this span are 1570, and the maximum number of wounded people in that span are 1891, and maximum number of people casualty in that span are 9574. Coming to the exploratory data analysis part, these lines of code gives the total number of casualty due to terrorist attack from the 1970 to 2070 are huge number of killed people, 9,35,737, and these lines of code gives the total number of killed people due to terrorist attack are 4,11,868, and these lines of code gives total number of people wounded due to terrorist attack are 5,20,869, huge number of people. Also, these lines of code gives lines of code means uh, how many number of people killed by bombing or explosion type, or how many number of people killed by hijacking type, attack type. Okay, we can see that using attack type bombing and explosion, there are huge number of people were killed, 1,57,321. You can also see that arm assault attack type, huge number of people killed. Also, these lines of code give how many number of people killed in that country. You can see that Afghanistan, huge number of people were killed, and Argentina also 490 people killed. After that, now come to the analysis part or graphical part. This figure chart tells us about number of terrorist activity in each year. We can see that in year 2014 the most terrorist activity are happen, like 16903 terrorist activity are happen in this year, and least number of activity are happen in 1971, only 471 activities. Go to the next chart, and after that this chart shows number of casualty in each year, how many casualty happening in each year. That means you can see that in year 2014 there are maximum casualty 85618 casualty in this year, and also in year 1971 there are less number of casualty, only 255 casualty for that. This graph shows number of total attack in each country. Iraq is the most affected country in which terrorism is actively growing, followed by Pakistan, Afghanistan, India. You can see that in Iraq 24,636 terrorist activity had happened, and this graph shows number of total casualty in each country. You can see that Iraq also topmost in the casualty. There are 213,279 casualty happen in Iraq, followed by Afghanistan, Pakistan, India, also Nigeria, and this graph. And this is the region-wise graph, or we can see that terrorist activity by region in each year. We can also say that how many terrorism is growing in each subcontinent or region. We can see that Middle East and North Africa, this purple color, Middle East and North Africa, most of the terrorist activity attack done by this region, and second number have South Asia, and third number we have South America, and least number of attack are Australia and Oceania in each year. Up look from year 2010 it went up, and this plot tells us about number of total attacks and the in each region. This is the area chart, and this is bar chart. Okay, all are same. You can see that Middle East area number of terrorist activity are higher. Then second place South Africa, third place South America. And this plot tells us about the number of total attacks and the casualty and the by attack type. Okay, we can see that bombing and explosion attack type. Using bombing and explosion, huge number of attack were done by attack type, and followed by arm assault, followed by assassination, also hijacking, lowest number, and then number of total attack and casualty by cities. Okay, you can see that total attack are in blue color and casualty in green color. You can see that Iraq, Baghdad. Baghdad is the capital of Iraq. Here we can see number of attack and casualty by blue and green color. In Iraq or Baghdad, number of casualty are very higher, very higher. This is the casualty and the number of attack. Then other city as compared to Baghdad or Iraq, less. And also for the other city like Karachi, Lima, Mosul are less number of casualty, but in Iraq, Baghdad, huge number of casualty are there. And this graph shows how many times this terrorist group attack. This is the table visualization form. You can see that Taliban group attacks 7478, and after followed by ICIL 5618, Tiny Path 4555, and this is the graphical visualization for this tabular form. You can see that Taliban is the highest, most terrorist attack, and ISIL also in second place, Shiny third place. As and this graph shows that top terrorist activity from 1970 to 2017. As we see, terrorist group activity started from 1980 and then fall come in 1995. It means it keep increasing, decreasing, and in the year 2010, it increasing rapidly. You can see that it increasing rapidly, and it never come down. Okay. Hereafter, number of people killed by country, and this graph tells about number of people killed by countries. Most number of people were killed by Afghanistan country, and it is huge number. You can see huge number, and also zero number of people killed by Benin. You can see Benin, Edora, also Antigua and Barbuda countries. So there, some of the country have zero people killed. Then after number of total attacks and casualty by target type, this blue color represent total attack and this green color represent casualty. Okay, you can see that for the region, private city for the target type, private citizen and property, there are huge number of casualty, followed by military, police, and government also, business. And after this graph, I create a creative and attractive graph using Plotly library, successfully imported some libraries. Okay. This graph shows that top terrorist group organization and their favorite target types since 1970. For ICL, there you can always click on these, and these are the plotted according to the records that have been recorded. Okay. For ISIL, we can click here. We can see that ISIL mostly attack on citizen, afterwards military, and then third place police, number of police. Okay. Where Taliban mostly attack on police, and then also attack government, also attack military, citizen. So that CPI Moist only attack. They mainly attack citizen, none of the other. Okay, mainly attack citizen. And the shiny path, they attack business, citizen, government, police, utilities, but in low numbers. You can click on different, get the output. And these are the another visualization, and this visualization tells about the top terrorist organization or groups and their attack types and weapons since 1970. Okay, Taliban. Taliban, they attack through bombing and weapons. Okay, bombing is attack type and this is weapon types. Bombing and weapons used for bombing, and they use explosive attack for this. And also ISIL mostly attack using bombing, and the weapon use were explosive. And for Shiny Path, they also use arm assault, and the weapon use are firearms. Okay. Now another visualization tells us about how terrorism attack type trends by the country. Which kind of attack type used in terrorism by each country? You can see attack type here: assassination, hostage taking, bombing, explosion, hijacking. Okay, so we can play it and see. Play button. You can see, yeah, how terrorism are growing. They are growing. It will be different kind of attack, and their attack according to attack type and different color has been assigned. You can see assassination blue color, bombing explosion are green color. Okay, let's zoom in. Yeah, okay, let's zoom. We can see Moscow city, the attack type unknown. Okay, woman in city woman, attack type using bombing and explosion. Also in city Belgrade, also city facility and infrastructure attack are there. And Nasababad, bombing and explosion were the attack. Another graph for instances of violences for the provinces, that means state, and the country by the year. The bubble chart means scatter wise bubble chart. And this is for India, not other countries. Shows the most targeted province state in India. Till 1938, 1983, there are very less instances. Suddenly it went up. Okay, suddenly it went up. Jammu and Kashmir are the highest in violences. You can see Jammu and Kashmir highest, and along with that, Chhattisgarh also there, Punjab also there, and West Bengal also there. Okay. You can change also for Pakistan, for Iraq. Here only change the name and you can see how provinces instead of violence, different country. Okay. Here is the another graph. Terrorist favorite attack country since 1970. Okay. ICIL likes or favorite attack type country are Iraq and Syria. We can see Iraq and Syria. And Taliban mostly like to attack on Afghanistan only, none of the other. Can also see for NPA, Philippines only attack on Philippines country, and also Shiny Panth, very shiny. Yeah, Shiny Panth also attack on Peru, Peru country. After that, save the imported feature or column that have required for the Tableau or Tableau dashboard or Tableau story. This is the user interface of the Tableau public software. I have created a Tableau dashboard and Tableau story to explain and visualize the objective. Okay. This is the interactive dashboard for the global terrorism. I have created some KPIs and you can see here. First KPI for total killed people the year 1970 to 2070. There are 4,11,868 people are there, and second KPI for total wounded are 5,23,870 people, and third KPI for total casualties 9,35,738. Total casualty means this plus this, okay? And after that, I created KPI for suicide rate. There were 3.65% suicide rate are there. Again, I created success rate KPI, which tells us about success rate for terrorism, how much terrorism group are success in their attack. Okay, there are 88.96%, huge number of success rate. That's why terrorism are were increasing rapidly. After that, huge number of property damage there, around $8141 million property damage are there. Huge number of property damage. Okay, go for first graph shows that successful attack and the number of killed people by terrorist groups. Okay, as we see that for Taliban group, group are here. This pink color for total attack, this red color for successful attack, and this uh, blue color for killed people. Okay, as we see that Taliban group attack were 7478 and the success for that attack are 6680 are successful attack, and we see that a huge number of people were killed by Taliban terrorist group, almost 29,410, and also ISIL also total attack 5613 and successful attack are 4759, almost same success rate almost. And for this huge number of killed people are there. Okay. And second graph shows that unique terrorist group attack in different country. India has been attacked by 3000 3001 different terrorist group. Why are we targeted? We have to think about that. France and Italy also there. It's the United States, France also attacked by 2000 groups. And the third graph shows that hot zone countries, Iraq is the worst affected country by the terrorism attack, followed by India and Pakistan or Afghanistan or Turkey. This filter can change it to 20. There are 20 hot zone countries. Uh, Algeria are there, Nigeria, Egypt, France also there, Somalia, Thailand. See, Sri Lanka also there, such a tiny nation also there. And this is the fourth graph. It's called a tree map graph. Okay. Size of the each square shows number of the attack and the killed by region wise. Bigger the size of the square, bigger the values, and also the darker the blue color, bigger the value. We can see that Middle East and North Africa are the most affected region, and second place South Asia, and after that the Saharan Africa. Fifth graph shows that statewise terrorism in India and Pakistan. In India, Jammu and Kashmir are the most affected state. Around 2450 attack has been done here, and also in Maharashtra 302 attack are there. In Pakistan, also Balochistan, huge number of attack, and Sindh also there, huge number of attack. You can see in Pakistan, huge number of attack are there. Terrorism are spread Pakistan in everywhere. In India also there, but uh, also there. In India also huge number of attack. We have to think about it. Okay. Then sixth graph shows that main target of the terrorism attack. Okay. Main target type of the terrorism attack. Okay, this is the pie chart. Private citizen and property are the most targeted type of the terrorist attack, and the second place military 18.76%. The third place police are there 16.43. This is all about the dashboard. Okay. Story. Now coming to the Tableau storybook. First graph, property damage both year wise and cumulative. Okay, this is property damage and this is cumulative for that. In year 1992 year was the maximum property loss over the 47 years of span, 1970 to 1917, say 2017. There were, you can see, dollar 8141 million property damage are there, huge number of property damage. Okay. And this is the bubble chart, tells about the number of terrorist active attack by the attack type, like bombing, arm assault, also, and many more. The most terrorist attack done by bombing and explosion attack type, you can see number 86791, and along with that arm assault also there 36777. You can also filter out this firearms. Yeah, it changes. And also it. Okay. Third graph. Looks like whole world is a victim of terrorism. Only few parts of the world have the privilege of the peace and tranquility. Some areas like Australia, some are Australia, we can see Australia, or Russia also there. Some of the country are not terrorism happen there, but the rest of the world is under the clause of the terrorism. So Sri Lanka, such a tiny nation, you can see Sri Lanka, such a tiny nation. Also Maldives also there. Iraq also the most affected area. South America, North America also affected. And compared to China and India number of attack has been more in India than China. This map also be parameters in this filter, attack type or also region wise. Okay. By attack type only we can only bombing. You select bombing. You can see huge number of bombing explosion attack in India, also in Iraq, also in North and South Africa. This fourth graph are the total attack and the red. Okay, this fourth graph are the total attack. No. These lines are the total attack and this bar are casualty, number of casualty people. Okay. In Iraq, we can see total attack are 24,636 and casualty happen are 2,13,279, followed by Afghanistan, Pakistan, India. Also, you can see 15 country. Yeah, you can. Also, these graphs, interesting graph, terrorist attack and its success over the year. You can see that for the last 2 decades, it increasing and then down. Okay. For the year 2014, the number of attack are 15,903 and the success are 15,015. It means the attack and the success are almost same. Okay. Yeah, that's all about story. Please comment below to give your feedback and suggestion or any idea to interactive and useful chart. Thank you.